my world it is. It's it is surprisingly difficult to do anything that requires like any thought when there's no colors. It's actually pretty humbling to try to do it without colors. Like, you think you have pretty good spatial awareness because you're a Tetris player, right? Like, turns out you do not. There you go. There's your 4 wide. T-spin triple is way easier than ST stacking. I think it's whatever you have more experience with, you know? I've been ST stacking for a long time, so. Yeah, there aren't very many good tutorials on infinite T-spin triples. Maybe I should look more into it so I can make a tutorial on it. Right now, I just don't know enough to do it. Like, I would need to watch a tutorial, you know? It's not really something I've ever seriously looked into. Oh, we got another T-spin single. The most hype of attacks. Practice DSTing, make a tutorial. Yeah, I'll do it one day probably. I feel like there's so many things on my list of tutorials I want to make. I never actually do any of them. It's kind of sad. Makes me feel like a flake. It's just that, like, I mean, this kind of content is so much lower effort than creating a tutorial. Like, I don't think you guys realize how much effort goes into making a tutorial. Because, like, first I have to understand it to the point where I don't need a tutorial anymore and I'm not thinking in those terms. And then after understanding it that well, I have to go back and then rethink about it in terms of the tutorial again. So it's like when you've been doing something for a while, it's hard to like think about what newer players think about it anymore. You feel me? Ooh boy, another double S for Wawi. My PowerPoints? Dude, that's what really shows my age. The fact that I use PowerPoints.